Disclaimer. We are unqualified and unapologetic. We are not professionals. We are not doctors. We are not therapists or mental health experts. Just a real couple living real life. So take what works, leave what doesn't. Let's do this.
Sessions and lessons unscripted. Say it twice so you don't forget it. Hey! Session lessons unscripted. Hit record, let the mess get edited in my head.
What's going on, everyone? It's Joel, host of Sessions and Lessons Unscripted. Pardon me. Anyways, on that side of the table is the lovely Gloria Rosario.
Hello, everybody.
What was that?
I don't know.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
I'm in my pajamas. Look, I think I've worn these before.
I'm sure you have.
They're my favorite pajamas, so
Well, it was nice of you to get all comfortable,
all comfortable.
as I hope all of you are comfortable.
Comfortable.
Welcome. I hope everyone's doing great. Boy, I'm doing okay.
I'm surviving.
You're surviving?
Oh my gosh, I was falling asleep at work today. I was so tired.
Yeah, I was talking to friends of mine, and I really got to do something about that because I get really tired too, and it's like I have no nighttime routine whatsoever.
We have a horrible nighttime routine.
Yes, and I do too, and there's other reasons too, but whatever. I'm not getting into that. What else has been going on? Exciting.
Nothing really. We got some feedback for our last episode.
Oh, the one with the jelly beans?
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to apologize because
That was poor judgment.
yeah, on her part, that one over there. Some people thought it was kind of gross
Yeah.
that we were eating boogers and
Dog fur or
And
wet
dog.
dog. Ugh. Oh, even the thought of it. Today I was I was talking to someone. I was like telling them what we did for the episode. They were like, "You're disgusting."
yeah. That's not the kind of taste testing that some people suggest.
No, but it's fun. It's something different.
Yeah,
Grow
it
up.
was. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's a one and done. Trust me, because I'm not doing that again.
I
That
will.
was
not.
gross.
Well, I'm thinking about doing it with my niece and nephew. That'll be fun.
Nah, I'm done.
You're done.
Yeah, and we got a new pet. We got our AC back.
Life is good.
I lost a bridge fell out of my mouth yesterday.
Oh, gosh. It's just been
It's been a weird week.
It definitely has been a weird week. Definitely.
We had a lot of we had wins and losses. Well, the bridge thing is kind of a half and half because I did put it back, at least for now, until I get to a dentist.
We'll live.
Yeah, I posted it on Facebook. Some people were like, "What the hell is that?" It's like a row of my teeth. Just fell out of my head.
His teeth fell.
Yeah, I was having breakfast, and it's not even like a crazy breakfast. It was what, hash browns and a couple eggs.
It was one egg, maybe like a cup of rice and hash browns.
Yeah, and then
So it wasn't that big of a.
all of a sudden, I'm chewing, and all of a sudden, wait a minute, something doesn't feel right, and bloop, there it goes.
I saw that and I was like, what the hell?
At least I didn't swallow it, because then you know what that means.
Bam, bam, bam.
There was a comic. I don't remember his name now. Is it? I think it's the one that has one of his gags was duct tape can't fix stupid or something like I don't remember. Ron something, and he had a story about how he lost a crown, and yeah, he swallowed it, and he had to like get it later on. because he's like, I'm not paying for another crown. So
that sounds like a lot of fun.
so that was like a running joke after, because he found it, and then he of course cleaned it, took it back to the dentist. Like, here, put it back.
Fix me.
Gross. Anyway, why are we saying all this gross stuff?
Anyways, I don't apologize for last episode. I thought it was hilarious. But those of you with weak stomachs, grow up. You know who you are.
Wow. You need to choose your words wisely, ma'am. Yeah, you.
Okay.
Look at Pickles over there. He looks like he's drunk.
He's tired and done with life.
Yeah, he's
as am
probably
I.
tired too. Well, I got some good suggestions from some friends of mine, so I'm gonna try those out. But for sure, I need to get to bed on at a reasonable time
Suggestions for what, dear?
to get better sleep. Well, you know what though? I mean, sleeping. I think it's the falling asleep and going to sleep isn't a big problem. It's just the time. I'm not giving myself enough time. You know what I mean?
I mean, not only that, I think that a lot of the times, like for me, I am sleepy and then I go lay down and it's just like, all of a sudden I got this like second burst
You got
of
a
energy.
you got a super weird sleeping pattern. Like ever since I've met you.
I've always had a weird sleeping pattern. I have insomnia and I've been diagnosed with it. I actually got diagnosed with insomnia at a pretty young age. I've always had sleeping issues all the time. Since I could remember, I've always had issues with that. So it's nothing new for me. But yeah.
I might have told this story before, but when we first started dating, I would think it was like the first time I went to her
My brother's house.
brother's house for like a family get together, and we were sitting at the dining room table, and there was like snacks and stuff like that. Whatever, we were all sitting there, and of course it's awkward because I don't know anyone. They're getting to know Glow's new boyfriend. And so at one point, Glow just starts nodding off at the table, like falling asleep.
I don't know why everybody was acting brand new. I've done that before.
But it was just hilarious because it was like they didn't know what to say. I didn't know what was going on. This one's over here falling asleep, and I'm kind of like, and they're looking at me, looking at her. They're like, "Do you know what you're getting into?" Yeah, I
My
don't
brother
know.
was signaling for him to run, and look at him. He stayed. Sucker.
Yes, I am a big sucker.
Yep.
It's like that in the cartoons, right? When they turn into a lollipop, is that sucker?
Womp womp.
Was that in
womp,
Tom and Jerry?
womp.
One of the best cartoons ever. But I like the older ones though, the ones that were borderline offensive. Those were the best. Oh my gosh, I love that cartoon. If I found like a library of them on DVD, I'd totally buy it. I don't care what it costs.
You know, well, something we haven't mentioned is, I don't know if you guys noticed my post, but you know, the thing that we just accomplished.
Okay, forgive my ignorance because I just heard about this like on my way home from work. I didn't really look into it, to be honest, because I had when I got home, I had a bunch of stuff going on, and I didn't like sit down and get on the internet or nothing. What exactly? Explain what's going on. What exactly is going on?
I was actually just looking into it 100%. I got off of work and then I got a notification from Creators, which is Spotify, right?
Yes,
Creators.
that's what we use.
Yeah, that's where we have we're available across all platforms, but this seems to be like the spot for us. Yeah, but they notified me that we have 2,500 views.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Is that the videos? The videos are fairly new.
I don't know. It
That's
just says
actually pretty damn good.
it says in total. See, once we went to video, I think our numbers picked up. Like, not that we keep
That's-
track of the numbers and stuff.
No.
We really don't.
But that's kind of one reason why. I mean, I know we were scared to do it for a long time, but I mean, friends of ours were always like, well, it's all well and fine, but you know, people want to see your face. They want to see what you look like. You want to see your facial expressions. Which I mean, I agreed with it, but I was too scared to go on camera because I don't. Well, I should say I didn't like the way I look. I mean, I'm the process of changing it now, but then we did have some people that are like, "Oh, don't do it. It's it's gonna hurt you more than anything." And
Go.
oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got that notification.
Well, I would like to thank all of you guys for tuning in and listening and spreading the word. That's awesome.
I know 2,500 doesn't seem like a lot because in
Yeah, we don't have Mr. Beast numbers.
No, obviously not. But considering we started with like 1 or 2 random views here
And we've
there,
only been doing this, but about a year and a half.
if that, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but
Yeah.
regardless of how long we've been doing it, we get recognized throughout, I guess, the months. We get like different recognitions and different like little awards and stuff. And yeah, I was just surprised to see it there. So thank you.
No, but in all seriously, thank you guys for that. That's pretty awesome. You know, we were me especially, was very afraid to do this.
Yeah.
And honestly, the shows kind of took I don't want to say mind of its own, but when we started it, it was completely like different and stuff. We might have found our niche, I guess, or our stride. I don't know. We're just getting started, so we're experimenting with things, trying new stuff.
I mean, I guess you could describe the show as like still in our infancy stage because
yeah.
compared to other podcasters and other streamers that have been doing this for a really long time, we're just getting started.
Yeah.
And we're still learning as we go. So
Like I said, we're experimenting and we're trying new things all the time. So it's like, you know, some things may work, some may not.
And I think that, I don't know, I was kind of tired, but that kind of put me like in a really good mood. And it's just motivating, you know. And like I said, 2,500 isn't that much. But when you consider how Joel started the podcast, you know, him by himself, and then we've slowly been evolving. And the more we learn, the more confident we get. So, you know, thank you guys. Really, really appreciate it. Whether you guys are regular watchers or
Sure.
watchers here and there, you know, thank you. And if you don't watch, well, you know where you can go.
Well, that wasn't nice. No, but in all seriousness, we're very grateful. Like, I mean, she says it like, oh, it's only, you know, but I think that's awesome.
No, and I'm not saying like, oh, it's only, but that's an accomplishment.
No, I'm
you know,
super
I'm
grateful.
saying it as an accomplishment. You know, we are very thankful, very grateful, very motivated at this point to kind of keep growing and keep going. You know, on my Facebook post, I put, you know, it might not be 1 million, but the point is we started. You know, it's not necessarily the number. It's the point that we did something, we started, and we keep going and moving and pushing forward.
Well, we're on our way. So, but honestly, we're very grateful and humbled. Really, I mean, it's kind of cool. I don't even know what to say.
I don't even know 2,500 people.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
No, but you know, like I said, I feel proud. You know, considering that I didn't want to do it. You know, it's good. So thank you guys. Seriously, we really appreciate it.
All right, back to what I was talking to some friends, and we were talking about certain things, and I was mentioning the whole rest and sleep thing, and then I know before I've mentioned to them about you know, how my days are getting better and I'm coping better, my stress levels, all of that stuff, right? Because I'm you know, on this road to betterment. I was trying to avoid the word journey because that seems to be a weird, like
Sure.
one of those trendy hot words now. But yeah, I was talking about that, about my stress and handling things, and someone asked me like, "What are you doing to help you out, and how are you doing it?" And one of the things I decided to do is, and I'm guilty of this in the past, and I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't, slip here and there, and I'm sure, I mean, Glo can kind of put her input in it, but you take on other people's like problems or burdens.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I almost want to say I have like this. I'd have this martyr complex. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's the way to put it, but
I don't mean to cut you off, but I think that it's a Latino thing. I mean,
I don't know.
everybody experiences it, but as the eldest, I think a lot of the times we carry our parents' burdens. Just because, like, for example, me coming from a single family home, I started paying my mom's bills and taking care of the translation when I was like really, really, I don't know. I can't even remember when it started, because when we first went to school, I didn't speak English. Spanish is my first language, even though I was born here in the U.S. Well, we're Latinos, so we speak Spanish at, home. That's our first language. And being bilingual, I took on a lot of the responsibility off of my mom because, I spoke the language before she did.
That is true.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and I mean, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but because I kind of experienced that too.
Right.
I don't want to say they take advantage of their kids.
Oh, for sure.
But
Yeah.
it's like there's like certain things kids shouldn't even be like handling. Like, here, do my banking. Like, I'm 7.
Pay the rent. Mom, I'm 6.
Yeah, it's like I'm only 11, Mom.
But I did all of that stuff for my mom, and not only that, it's like I think a lot of the times we take on our parents' stress and our parents' emotions and how we deal with things. So I think that's where it starts.
Yeah, but I think generally speaking, like what I'm speaking about is when you're out in the real world
Yeah.
dealing with Joe Schmo and taking on his problems. I mean, ultimately, you got to worry about yourself. Don't worry about other people.
That's what I was just gonna say. I can't speak on too much of taking other people's burdens because I'm more, I guess, worried about my family. Like I take on my family's burdens, and I've always been like that. I've always done that. I'm less likely to do it for other people. Not to say that I haven't done it in the past, but I'm more likely to do it for my family than I am for just a friend or an acquaintance,
All right.
So for me, it's different. I'm coming from a different perspective and from a different childhood. So I mean, I guess it just depends on how you grew up, because I do have a friend. I'm not going to say who she is, but she always was worried about other people, and oh, how is he going to pay his rent? How is he going to buy groceries? It's like, he's a grown ass man. Like, he could take care of himself. And this was her brother that she was always worried about. But she would also extend that to other people, which complicated her life even more. And it's like, why are you stressed out about what's going on with your neighbors? Like, that's their business. That's a whole different household. You know?
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I would put people first all the time, before me, with everything. And which I don't necessarily don't think anything's wrong with that, but there is something wrong with that,
No,
because
there
it's
is.
like you have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of other people.
Right. And a lot of the times I've used the, I guess, example of you have to put oxygen on yourself first before you take care of somebody else. And I don't know. I feel like we've had this conversation so many times, not on record or, on the podcast or anything. But I feel like I constantly have this conversation with you because you tend to kind of pick up other people's worries
I do.
and other people's issues, and that's great. It's I've said this before, and he's repeated it. It's one of the things that I love most about him, that he's a very caring, very genuine person, but it's also the thing that I hate about him because he doesn't have boundaries, and that's where we differ. Like,
Yeah, I suck at boundaries. I'm
yeah,
not gonna
and
lie.
I don't suck at. I used to suck at boundaries, you know. And I'm starting to rub off on Joe. I think, you know, but
Yeah, it's rubbing off a little bit.
no, it is, and it's like I tell him, it's so great that you are such a giving person, such a loving person, such a genuine person.
But
People will take advantage of you. People
and
will,
they have.
and people will walk all over you,
And they have.
and people will call you out of your name because you just kind of, you know, don't stand up for yourself. And it's like, no,
Mhm.
you know. And I think a lot of the times he acts like that because he doesn't want to take up space. He doesn't want to have attention on him, so he just kind of stays quiet. Where I'm different. Like, you know, on my podcast on here, I've always said it. You're allowed to be loud. You're allowed to take up space, and you're allowed to tell people to screw off. You know, because you're your number one priority before anybody else. Before anybody else, your happiness, your emotions, your feelings, your needs come before somebody else's. You know, not to. Maybe it's not so much that. I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but like I said, it's one of the things that I love about him. But at the same time, it just makes me want to choke him sometimes.
It's not nice.
But it's true though. It's honest, and I'm being honest and open about it. And it's a good thing to have, and it's a good personality trait. But it's also a downfall, and it's also something that could be taken advantage of.
You know, that brings up something that I'm curious for people out there watching or listening to. One of my issues was, or is, I guess, is I try to be as kind as possible and considerate. This is gonna sound corny, but I want to be like Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers was one of my favorite ever.
Right.
And I thought, man, if everyone acted like that, the world would be like a better place. Like, he was so kind and gentle, and just he grabbed people's attention. I don't know, but that's not how the world works, I guess. And
No.
I find that a little unfortunate.
And see, here's the thing. I love Mr. Rogers, right? I love the idealistic world that he wanted for everybody, but he grew up in the wrong neighborhood. I grew up in the wrong neighborhood. You know what I mean? You learn
I don't know.
at a young age that you kind of had to stand up for yourself and be like, no, you know, I don't have to be nice to you. Okay. You don't owe anybody in the world anything. I don't care if it's your parent. I don't care if it's your husband. I don't care if it's your best friend, your brother, your cousin, whoever. You owe nothing to anyone, right? You are what you put into yourself, right? So, and I'm not saying don't help your brothers, don't help, because God knows I will always put my brothers before me. I have always put my family, my brothers and my mom, before me all the time, right? I was a mini mom, and I've talked about this in the past.
Aren't you kind of contradicting yourself now, though? A little bit?
Yes and no. I know what you're saying.
Because you said you put you first.
Right. I learned that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I learned it because I'm going to tell you guys like a little kind of something. So, like I've said before, I grew up in a single family home. My dad was a dick. He was around and then he wasn't, you know. So, we could never really count on him for anything. So, my mom worked a lot, right? She was a single mom for the longest time. I think she eventually got married when I was like 12-ish. Something like that. But before then, from kindergarten to like 11, 12, when she got like remarried, it was just me, my mom, and my brothers, right? I had no choice. I was put in that position to be the mini mom, right? Because again, I've said it in the past, I was a latchkey kid. My mom had to work. You know, my mom we weren't on public aid. My mom never, you know, used food stamps. She never used government assistance. We never had, the school would take it upon themselves to give us things like food and stuff, which most of it would end up in the garbage because we like beans and tortillas and not like American food.
Are you serious?
Well, no, I mean, we would eat it, but it would be kind of the last thing we reached
Nothing
for.
like that government cheese.
No.
Or that peanut butter. That peanut butter was pretty good, actually.
Like I said, but it wasn't something that my mom actively looked for, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was put in that position to be the mom, mini mom. Even though I was sister, big sister, older sister, I was mom, right? Everything that happened in the house had to go through me. And remember, I'm 7 years old at this time, taking care of my brothers, which were all 2 years apart, right? And back then it was different because...
So you were 7 taking care of a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old?
Yes.
Wow.
Alone. And that's fine. Again, my mom did what she had to do to survive in a world where she had to assimilate. You know, we did have uncles and aunts that temporarily or periodically lived with us and helped and watched us or whatever. But 90% of the time it was my mom and my brothers and me, right? So, because I was put in that position from a young age, it became automatic that I would have to pay the bills, or I would have to call ComEd, or I would have to call NICOR. Not me, obviously not when I was 7, but as I got older, you know. And eventually, as we got older, and things happen, I'm not going to get too much into it, but bottom line is that my mom always depended on me, and she knew that she could depend on me because she had always depended on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because I was taking on so much responsibility, my brothers were allowed to have a childhood. They were allowed to, I mean, I played too. I went out and I had friends and all that stuff. But when it came down to responsibility, I had responsibilities before they did. I was the oldest, you know?
Mm.
So by the time I was like in my 20s, 19, 20, and I was like using drugs and I was using like alcohol and I was like partying and doing all this stuff and rebelling and just, you know, being this monster that was created by circumstances, right? I always put my mom and my brothers first. And then one day I had a nervous breakdown. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't ask to be put in this position for so long. Like, you know what? You guys are my kids. My mom isn't my responsibility. I'm out of here. Welcome to childhood, or welcome to adulthood, guys. I told my brothers the day that I left, right? I packed up 3 or 4 pairs of clothes and I walked out. I was like, I'm done. Like, I am completely like, you guys figure it out.
Well, you were burnt out.
I was burnt out, you know, and I'm surprised it didn't happen. Well, I mean, it did happen because I started using drugs or whatever, but again, being put in that position and having to deal with things and having to deal with the bills and this and that. And then at the same time, my mom was going through her own stuff. She was getting she didn't get a divorce, but she got separated from her husband at that time, which complicated things so much more, you know, than they needed to be. So my mom was in a really dark place. So I was looking for a way out, and I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I was like, you guys figure it out. Welcome to adulthood. And I moved out. I never went back. From that point on, I lived on my own. And it was just like, but the thing was is that I was so used to being like the fall guy and just taking care of everybody and everything that I still ran things without being there. And it kind of gave me the space to kind of grow up and be like, okay, I can help them, but I'm not going to do things for them. and that's where the shift changed in my brain, right? There's a difference between helping someone, supporting somebody, and then there's a difference between doing for them. When you do for people, that's when you get taken advantage of. That's when you know, get manipulated. That's when you get hurt and you get burnt out because you're such a nice person and you're just used to, you know, getting all this, taking on all this burden that doesn't belong to you, you know? And, you know, like I said, I don't want to make this about me or anything, but that's why, you know, I say it's hard. Like, I understand where you're coming from. But if I think that if I didn't leave when I left, I honestly could tell you that I would have ended up in a mental hospital having a mental breakdown because it had been too much. You know, dealing with my mom and my brothers and then my addiction and then trying to get clean and then having relapses and just doing all this stuff on my own, that I was just like, I can't do this anymore. You guys figure it out. And let me tell you, once I stepped away, they had no choice but to grow up. They had to learn how to pay the bills, you know? And like I said, I was always in the background making sure that the bills were getting paid on time and, you know, talking to different people and stuff, not being directly involved, but that's just the kind of person that I am. You know, I couldn't let go 100%, but I just needed that space to kind of give myself that breathing room, because if not, you're going to end up breaking down, and that's not going to help anybody, you know? But yeah, that's just my little piece. I don't want to get into it anymore.
No, that was good. It's
But that's why there's contradiction in what I'm telling you, you know, because
no, I know what you're saying.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder because it's like your family, you know? I don't see my brothers as my brothers. I see them as my children. You know, and that's not, psychology will tell you that's not normal. They're not your children. They're your siblings.
Well, you're their big sister, though.
Of
I mean,
course.
you take
You know,
care of your.
of course. But you know what I'm getting at? You know, it's just like, once I got that through my head, like, they are not your responsibility. They're becoming men. You need to step back.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. And I think they were better men for it. They are better men for it. You know, they learned. They learned. Let me tell you that when I left, they learned.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just have to get thrown into the fire.
Yeah.
To learn.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what I realized. It's like, okay, if it doesn't get done, it doesn't get done. But it's not your problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your issue. You don't live there anymore. You know?
Yes.
Yes.
Very well said.
Alrighty.
Thank you for that. Yeah, so there's some kind of talking points or questions I wanted to bring up.
Right.
Excuse me. Kind of pertaining to what we're talking about taking on other people's burdens and stuff that you really don't need to. So like the first one is it prevents people from growing.
I just said that.
Yep. Sometimes struggle is the greatest teacher. Carrying someone else's load can rob them of valuable lessons.
Absolutely.
You just mentioned that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like people will never learn if you keep doing stuff for them.
And the thing is that they stop trying because they know they can
Yes.
count on you, and then you become the fall guy.
You're an enabler.
Exactly, and that's why I kind of go back and forth with it, because even now, don't get me wrong, me and my brothers are closer than most siblings or most people that I know that have like other brothers and sisters. We're really close. You know, I always know what they're doing. I always know if they're in trouble or if they need help, and vice versa. You know, we're very open with each other like that. But I think that I had to destroy the relationship to kind of rebuild it, because they were so coddled and used to me taking care of everything. It's like, what are you learning? Like, you're welcome to adulthood, I guess,
Yeah.
you know?
The next one is, Glow pretty much covered a lot of it.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I was on a rant. I apologize.
No, that's fine. You'll burn yourself out constantly carrying everyone else's emotional, financial, or personal problems leaves you exhausted and unable to care for yourself.
Yep.
Yes, because been there, done that.
Yeah.
Where I suffer, like I'm fixing everybody else's problems, but I'm suffering
Yep.
and struggling. Yes, been there, done that.
Yep.
Let's see. So another thing that you got to realize is you cannot fix everyone. You can support people, but cannot change them. Their choices are still their responsibility.
Absolutely.
So they have to be the ones to choose.
And I also think that a lot of the times when you don't give people the choice of, do I want to fix this myself or do I let, so and so take care of it? When you always have an option to give your problems to somebody else, I would give my problems to somebody else if, I was that type of person. Let them solve my problems. Let me just sit here and let them figure it out. But I don't know. I think that like stunts your growth. It stunts your potential. It stunts so many different like opportunities, and it stops you from growing. And it's like, no, to take on that responsibility. It might be hard. You might struggle. You might lose your hair and pull out your eyebrows and scream and yell and have tantrums and stuff. But that's normal.
Are you trying to say something about me because I have no hair?
No, it had nothing to do with you.
Bald is beautiful. No, I agree. I mean, it's, if you had the choice to just give your problems away, who wouldn't give them away?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry I keep rubbing my eyes, you guys. My eyes are really bothering me right now, so I apologize.
It's the light shining off my forehead.
No.
Is that what it is? No. The brightness of my forehead?
No, it's fine.
She's getting emotional.
I'm getting tired is what it is. Look at that.
But didn't we just discuss this?
Yes, we did.
We need to get to bed in a reasonable time.
I need to go to bed at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, that would be nice. Just right there on my desk. Just lay down right on my desk.
Lay down, take a nap.
Everybody's going to be like, what the hell is Joel doing? I'm taking a nap. Leave me alone. And they'll still come bother me. Anyways. It creates unhealthy dependence. If you're always rescuing someone, they may stop learning to stand on their own. We just said that, right? Like, people will just stop trying.
Yep.
They'll just give up. It's like, I don't have to do it. This guy can do it.
Yep.
Absolutely. You neglect your own responsibilities.
Yes.
Focusing on everyone else's problems often means your family, work, health, or goals suffer.
Yes.
That is 100%. Yeah. There's been a lot of things that have happened to me because I worried about others and before me. And then I ended up, and the funny thing, funny, not funny, is that then when you have issues, there's nobody around. Yeah. It's like, what about me? You guys try to help me. But anyway, whatever.
And you know what? I think that's what hurts the most. Like, obviously, like I said, I'm not talking about my brothers at this point, but I'm talking about other people that I've had in my life that I've helped and put first. And, when I really was trying to make everybody's life better, it is so tiring.
Yes, it is.
It is just. And then I remember at one point I helped someone with money, right? And not to say that I'm like rich or anything, because I'm not. I'm far from it. But
that is true. We're far from it. But when we get our millions and millions of listeners.
Anyways, but they couldn't pay their rent, so there goes stupid Gloria. Oh, I can help you. And then I was like, but I really need you to pay me back because I have to pay my rent. And
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with offering to help someone. I mean, if you have the means to do it, but I mean,
but that's kind of what I'm getting at is that I messed up, right? And
Because
then
you offered,
I offered, and
but
of
you were
course,
doing it to be to be kind
but
and
they
nice.
they took advantage, and they didn't give me the money back, and then I was looking for the money.
Then you were screwed.
Then I was screwed. You know, and it's just like, nope. Like I said, I am a completely. It's taken me so long to get to this point.
But see, that's a lesson to be learned then, right? Now
absolutely.
you know next time don't lend them anything. If they miss on their rent, they miss on their rent.
And
Right.
I understand. You know, when I mean, especially like after my grandma died and my depression was like bad, I couldn't pay bills just because. I mean, how you can't mentally function all the time, and I'm not saying that it's an excuse. And I understand people fall on hard times. You have mental issues, you can't work, you know, you have. Everybody goes through things, right? But if you're in that position, you should always take responsibility. You know, if I'm having a hard time, when I get back on my feet and you help me, I'm gonna help you. You know, I'm gonna pay you back some way, shape, or form. It might not be as quick as you would like it, you know, but I always say not to shy away from, you know, if people help you, you help them. If you help me financially and I can't help you back like that, I will go out of my way to do anything for you, you know, while still keeping in mind I still owe this person this and I still owe that person that. It's the people who take advantage of other people and take money or take, you know, things, and they don't make an effort and then they ghost you. You know, that's when it becomes a problem. You know, obviously if I lent you money or you lent me money or you paid my bill for a certain amount of time, I mean, if I can't pay you back, like I said, eventually I will find a way to pay you back while acknowledging what you did for me. It's when you don't acknowledge what people do for you and you're ungrateful and you keep taking advantage, then that's where I think it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And again, I've been in both positions. That's just life, you know?
I mean, it's happened to everybody.
Of course.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. So it blurs healthy boundaries. Compassion doesn't mean taking ownership of problems that aren't yours.
Yeah.
That is true. Doesn't mean I don't know. It doesn't mean you have to cheapen yourself.
No. And it depends who, too. I mean, if it's my spouse that needs my help and is in turbulence and is in a major spot, he's my partner. He's my husband. He's my
that's different,
significant
though.
other. That's different.
Yeah.
I'm talking about outside people. That's where the.
So what
yeah.
you're saying is that I can pour all my problems onto you
Of course.
and then walk away. Just kidding. I wouldn't do it.
But it's different when you're my spouse. You know, we said for
Of
better.
course, if
we
you got
said,
into a spot, I would totally try to help you.
and you have, and we have both been in
Yes.
spots, and we
Yes.
are in a spot, and you know that's just life right now for everybody. But the thing is that here's where it balances out, right? Let's say 1 month I can do it and I have extra money, great. But there's gonna be a time when you're making more money and you have more leeway and you're gonna help me, and it balances itself out. You know, I don't sit here and say, "Oh, Joe owes me $50. I have to pay him 100." We don't do that kind of thing. It's just like I said, 1 month I do better than he does. Next month he does better than I do, and we balance each other out. That's working together as a team. You know, but if he kept doing it to me and doing it to me and just taking and taking and taking and taking and not helping,
And there are relationships.
There
like
are
that,
relationships
where it's
like
like taking advantage of the other person
right?
all the time.
And I'm blessed enough, and I realize like that I am in a good relationship. You know, that's how you could tell the difference between couples who like are genuinely trying to work together and people who just take and take and take. There is a huge difference in that, you know. So, like I said, it's hard. Sometimes Joel is doing better, and sometimes I do better, but we're always there for each other. And I think that's the difference. When you're married, there's always going to be somebody doing better than the other. but it changes constantly. It's a fluctuation. It's not a straight line. So, yeah, it's different when it comes to my spouse. I want to choke him sometimes. Just
That's not true. She never wants to choke me.
oh yes, I do.
That's not true. Look at her. She's so lovely. She doesn't have a bad bone in her body. That's not true either.
Everything's annoying me right now.
Don't be annoyed.
No, it's I feel itchy. Like I don't know. I
Oh.
think
Well, one of the issues is, for whatever reason, every summertime we get attacked by ants. It drives me nuts.
yeah.
And it's like constantly trying to kill ants and, I don't even know where these things come from. But it's like, I mean, we usually get it under control, but
Yeah,
it's
but
just dealing with them.
Spray different things, and then
We found this good spray that's like safe for animals.
yeah,
and
but I
safe-
react to everything. So
Yeah, that's
we
true.
were just spraying stuff, and so yeah, I apologize. I'm like messing with my hair and my eyes because I'm trying to get comfortable, and I can't because everything itches. But anyways, let's keep talking. I don't want to complain about my allergies.
As she complains about her.
That's what I said. Move on.
All right. You enable bad behavior. Continually bailing someone out can unintentionally encourage poor decisions because they never experience the consequences.
Yep.
Very true. If you don't let people fall on their face, they'll never learn. We'll just keep moving on then. It steals your peace. Carrying worries that don't belong to you increase stress, anxiety, emotional fatigue. Guilty of that. Yeah, that's true. You get wore out
Very wore out.
and you get burnt out.
Yep. And then you take it out on everybody else.
Yep. I've been there.
I am so guilty of that. I really am.
Yes, she's guilty. Look at her.
Don't look at me.
Everyone has a burden they're meant to carry. Supporting someone is different from carrying their entire life for them. Yeah, there's a difference.
There is a difference.
You can support somebody and not take their burdens on.
Yep.
Which I think a lot of people have an issue with. Like they think, oh, let me try to do what I can here. It's like you don't need to be hands on all the time.
No, and I think that as you're learning this, it's sometimes you feel guilty not helping, or sometimes you feel guilty like feeling like you're running out on a friend and stuff, but sometimes it's easier just to let them fall and they'll figure it out.
That's
you know?
what anything. You gotta even when you're on your personal, like trip or whatever, things aren't always gonna go perfect. You're gonna fall on your face. You're gonna fail. But failure's part of the process. Not to mention that failures are like huge teaching moments. When people don't realize that right away, failure's a bad thing. So, people just need to change their perspective.
And the thing is that people don't want to fail. Who wants to fail at anything? It's not a good feeling, but you have to kind of go through failure at some point or another. You can't win at everything that you do in life. Like, that's not feasible, It's unrealistic to have those expectations.
All I know is that my life is full of win. That's another thing I've been doing more and more lately, just focusing on wins and stuff, not so much the bad stuff. Does the bad stuff suck? Sure, it does, but it's like a scale, right? You're putting the little weights on there, and I'm piling the weights on the pros instead of the cons.
Yeah. I
So-
think that, like, when I fail at things, I'm very open about my failures.
Oh, me too. I've
I
gotten
am
better
so
at that.
open. Even if it's a stupid mistake at work, or even if I've always taken responsibility for my actions. Maybe not right away, because, maturity changes throughout your life,
Mm-hmm.
But as I've gotten older and I mess up, I was like, yep, I messed things up and I completely destroyed this and I don't know how to fix that. But the point is to acknowledge it, learn from it,
Accountability.
accountability, kind of let yourself get destroyed to build yourself up. I've been through that so many times in my life to, like with my head injury,
Mm-hmm.
I was at the lowest low. I lost my job. I couldn't work anymore. I was dependent on people who have depended on me all of their lives. And I'm not used to that. That is such a horrible position for me to be in. But then it's just like it's okay to ask for help when you need it. And that was a learning moment for me. When I didn't have a job anymore, when I couldn't pay my bills anymore, when I couldn't work anymore, I couldn't drive, I couldn't even walk outside by myself. Those are humbling experiences. And those if I can go back and do it all over again, I would do it. Just to see what else I could learn from that experience. Because it's not until you have nobody in your corner, nobody to help you, nobody to talk to, no way to pay your bills, no way to feed yourself. Thankfully, again, my mom and my brothers, and my cousins and my aunt, they were there for me. And it's always the people that you don't expect to be there for you that are there. Because some of the people that I had been friends with for like 15, 20 years were nowhere to be seen. These were my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
People that, when they had an emergency, I would be the first dumbass that they call. And there goes Gloria. Oh, hi, how can I help you?
Oh, yeah, you can call her because she'll drop everything.
She'll drop everything to
That's
help
me,
you. Of
yeah.
course.
They
yeah.
call me because I drop everything.
I can't tell you how many times a specific friend called me at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I'm taking my kid to the hospital. Can you come with me? Knowing that I had to be at work at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. And I would do it. And it's just like, when I was at my lowest low, I had nobody. Of course, like I said, I had my mom and my brothers. But all these people that I thought were my friends and had my back and would help me,
That's usually how it works.
disappeared. And then I had somebody that I hadn't met too long before my accident. And we were just casual friends. We would talk on the phone every so often or go out for breakfast every so often. And he worked for a sister hotel at the time because I was working at a hotel. And I met him through somebody else unexpected. Like, I didn't even know this person directly right away. It was somebody that I met through somebody that I was talking to at the time. And, hey, I have a friend who needs a job. Got it. I know somebody who's hiring in their location. I can guarantee you a job over there. So he gets hired over there. We start talking on the phone casually, oh, thank you, blah, 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 this and that, let's meet up for breakfast, this and that. That person that I had only met like 5 or 6 months before my accident became one of my biggest like allies. Somebody who was supposed to be my friend for 15 years disappeared. This guy I met 6 months ago, helped me more than a lot of the people in my life.
It's funny because sometimes you get it from where you don't expect it, right?
And that's what I'm saying.
Complete strangers.
Right.
Like your own friends and family don't like support you or back you up or help you out, but then a complete stranger is willing to help you out.
Right. And it's like that at my lowest failure, biggest point of like nothingness, where I felt like shit and I didn't have anything and I couldn't function by myself. There's a stranger. If it wasn't for that guy and my brothers and my mom, and like I said, my cousin Maria, which I've had on my podcast, her brothers and my aunt, if it wasn't for that group of people, I would have been completely out on the streets. And realizing that, like, after I had done so much for all of these people and put them before me, and oh, I'm gung ho, they're my best friends and we're going to be best friends forever. And when we're in the nursing home, we're going to go senile together and all this other crazy shit that just. No. Now I'm very selective of the people who I have in my life.
As you should be.
Yes, you need to be selective.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
All right. That was a good discussion. Thank you for sharing, Mrs. Rosario.
No problem.
You're pretty awesome.
I'd like to think I'm pretty spiffy myself. Now, if only I could stop itching.
You're starting to make me itch.
I look like a drug addict. Just
No, what was it? Tyrone Biggums from Dave Chappelle. Always scratching.
that's how I feel right now. Like I'm so antsy and like.
Or, well, no, Ashy Larry. What was it?
Ashy Larry, yeah.
too. He'd like clap his hands and there's a bunch of dust.
That was gross.
Man, that was such a great show.
Yeah.
Not for everyone, though.
No. Anyways, enough of my drama.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. That was a good discussion.
I think so.
We need to stop taking on other people's problems. Worry about yourself. That's
Yes.
the summation,
Yes.
right?
Instead of doing for others and just giving blindly, do for yourself and love yourself enough to give that to yourself.
Right.
You know, screw everybody else. You know,
Yeah, so that's, if you take anything away from today, screw everyone else.
yeah. Be greedy.
What she said.
No, really, be greedy with your love.
I like that. We
Yes.
should be greedy with your love.
Yeah. T-shirt department.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Don't forget the website, sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com, where you can watch and listen to the podcast. You can look at a bunch of random stuff that we just post on there, like Glo's animals and stuff she talks about or I talk about. And if you want to drop us a line at the email with any suggestions, show ideas, like one of our last shows was a suggestion from one of our listeners, which we truly appreciate. Sessions and lessons mail at gmail.com if you want to drop us a line, even if you just want to say hi. And also, don't forget the socials. We're on TikTok and all that other stuff. TikTok, I think, is the most popular one. Facebook's another one. So, yeah, don't forget the website, sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. Would you like to say anything, ma'am?
Absolutely. When you're done listening to all of our shenanigans here, you guys can always check me out. Where am I?
Right there.
Right. I got it. Be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Glowing Off Script, and I release episodes every Friday. Over there is the opposite of here. It's not here, but it's there.
Okay.
Yeah. Joel produces my podcast, and I guess am the host of the show, right?
Yeah, you would be the host.
That's how it works.
I would be the producer director. And you guys need to stay tuned because, and I'm not going to give away anything, but Glo's got some ideas.
I do. I have some exciting stuff coming. I don't want to put a date on it, but more towards the end of the month. I have new ideas, and I think I'm going to take the show in a different direction.
And I think you guys may like it. Let's just say that.
Yes, it'll be a lot more entertaining, I think. I think it'll be a lot more engaging. And, that being said, I am currently looking for guests. I have a couple of people booked and kind of juggling schedules and stuff, but typically it's just me on Glowing Off Script, and I just, talk about everyday life, how to deal with stress, depression, and all that good stuff. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a social worker or anything. But I do have a lot of experience in mental issues because I have mental issues.
She's mental.
I'm crazy.
She's mental.
So check me out. I promise you guys, like I said, going in a new direction. Hopefully you guys will tune in and just check me out. I release episodes every Friday, and if you guys have any suggestions, you want to be on my show, you guys have something you guys want to talk about or you want me to cover or anything interesting or you have an interesting story yourself, you're more than welcome to hop on my podcast.
Sometimes if you just want to hang out.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
down for that too. So anything you guys want to do, I am at your service. So be sure to check me out. If you guys would like to reach out to me, my email is gloingoffscript@yahoo.com. So hop on over there and check me out.
Yeah, guys, check that show out. It's pretty good.
It's getting better.
I give it a thumbs up.
No, I am getting a lot more confidence.
The
It's-
more you do it, right?
Yeah, it is so hard to do a podcast, and again, I'm not
By
one of,
yourself.
I'm not one of those people. Oh, it's so much work. I'm not crying a river about it or anything. It really, genuinely is a lot of work. I mean, you have to remember we're normal people. We have jobs and responsibilities. This is something that we do on the side for fun. Not complaining at all, but it's hard. And I think that the more I've done the podcast and the more confident I've gotten with it, it's so much easier. And the more recent episodes, I think, are probably a lot better than the older ones.
Well,
Not
that's
that you
how it
should-
is. You
Yeah.
start off kind of slow or
Not
whatever.
that you shouldn't check out the old ones, because I do have some good stuff and some good topics that I've gone over. But like I said, I'm taking it in a new direction, doing new things, just setting it up differently. So hopefully that'll make you guys happy and just come on over and check me out.
I'm sure they're all happy.
You better be happy, because nothing is more important in this life than your happiness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she said.
what I said.
All right, guys. Don't forget my book. I did write a book. We haven't talked about that in a
We
while.
sure have it.
My book is out. May, December, and the Ballad of Joey Flowers. You can purchase it right now on Amazon, Amazon Kindle, and then there's a local bookstore here, just north of here, that carries it, Studio Moonfall. They also have a website, studiomoonfall.com. Give those guys a visit. Pretty cool little shop. It's a independent bookstore. You can find me there too, and I appreciate it.
Yes, check out the book. I'm not saying that it's good just because he's my husband.
Because I paid her.
Yeah, he paid me to say this. No, he didn't. He didn't. He better. He needs to. No, but check out the book, guys. It really gives you a different perspective on a lot of things, and I think it's well written. I'm not just saying that because he's my husband or because he's forcing me to, or anything like that.
Behind the camera, mean mugging her.
No, check it out, guys. It's genuinely a good book.
Yeah, it's
It's a short read, really fast.
it's not a it's a easy read.
Right.
You can pick it up, put it down, pick it up again. It's and right now on Kindle it's only $2.99. I mean, if you have a Kindle machine,
Machine.
go for it.
Ooh, what a bargain! $2.99.
It is a bargain, I think
Yeah.
so. All right. Thank you guys as always for tuning in, and we appreciate you and all that good stuff. You have anything you want to say, ma'am?
Just remember to sip your coffee. Wait, I said it wrong.
She sure did.
For shame. Remember to sip your.
Try
Remember,
again.
remember to drink your coffee and sip your tea. I'll see you
Drink-
guys later.
Drink your coffee. You could tell it's bedtime.
Drink right. That's what I say. Drink your coffee and sip your tea. There it is.
We'll get it right one of these days.
I need a nap.
You want me to say mine?
Yes.
Remember, guys, life is unscripted. Author the ending.
Ooh, magical.
Anyways. All right, guys. See you on the next episode. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.